So hi, this is Nick Williams and I'm sitting here in Chrissie Slade's home. Hi Chrissie.
Hi Nick.
Thank you so much for inviting me in. We've known each other for a few years. You've been on a couple of courses that I ran and co-ran, and I've admired you for years because of what you're doing. You're to me a classic example of somebody who's taken a passion and built a micro niche business around it. So do you want to tell people what you do?
I make aromatherapy products for guinea pigs, and guinea pigs have skin problems such as ringworm, fungal problems, mites, lice, sore feet, etc. And the aromatherapy products that I make help them to get better.
Wow. And does anybody else in the world do that?
No.
So
there is only me. I am the one.
So talk about a micro niche. You've created a market and dominated it in a way,
yes.
But in a good way, because you just have a passion for this, don't you?
Absolutely.
So just tell us where it's come from, because you weren't always doing this. You were in IT before, is that right?
I was. I used to do IT project management for many years, and it all started because of a guinea pig called Florence.
Yeah. It was a pet of yours? She
was. The thing that really started it was that I discovered you could adopt guinea pigs, because I had a big passion in life, which was guinea pigs, and I had quite a few of my own, but they were pet shops. And then Florence came along. She was in the local paper looking for a home, and Reading Guinea Pig Rescue were looking after her at the time. So I went along, expressed my interest, had my home check, adopted her. She fitted in brilliantly, and that's how I met my friend Karen, who runs the rescue. And soon after Florence came to me, Karen took in 17 badly fungal guinea pigs that had really horrible skin problems, and she was having a problem clearing them up, even with veterinary products. So I said, well, I'd like to try and help with my aromatherapy expertise.
So you already had the aromatherapy expertise, yes, but you hadn't brought it to bear on the guinea pigs?
Absolutely, because that was just something I'd done as an interest while I was working full-time, and I'd never thought about actually becoming an aromatherapist and doing aromatherapy treatments, because I was always more interested in making products.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's how it came about, and I set about making some shampoos, some skincare products, lotions, creams, etc. And hey presto, all the guinea pigs got better.
Wow. And
then it went on from there, and by the following year, so it's about a year between meeting Karen and actually launching Gorgeous Guineas. That was a product development period.
Right. And today it's a full-time business for you, isn't it?
It is. I've got little customers all over the world.
Yeah? How many different countries do you supply to?
Every continent.
Really?
Yes. And
they're all things that you personally have kind of devised and made up, and you supply these to people around the world?
Yes, specifically for guinea pigs, because nobody else does that. There are plenty of aromatherapy products for humans, for horses, for dogs, etc., but not for guinea pigs.
Wow. So it's a full-time business, and it supports you?
Yes. So,
you know, part of the reason I wanted to have this conversation, and we're going to have several different conversations on different aspects of what you've done, is I suppose to kind of inspire people and reassure people that sometimes focusing down to a niche is actually the most powerful thing to do, rather than it cutting off options of other people. It actually gives you power because you're just focusing on what you're passionate about. Is that what you would say?
That's perfectly right, because if you think of how many aromatherapists there are, if you look in your yellow pages, for example, you'll find lots of them. How do you know which one to go to for your aromatherapy treatment? You know, if you look at their website, what differentiates them? So I think if you go for a specific portion of the market, for example, menopausal women, there's lots of them out there, but that's a smaller area to look at.
So you're a great advocate of niching?
Absolutely.
And do you think that niche needs to be based on your passion, though?
If you're not passionate about something, I don't see how you can produce the goods or coach somebody or run a business. I think you have to have that underlying passion for whatever it is.
Because we were having this conversation, and I think you kind of resonate with this, that I think we're almost looking at a kind of a new breed of entrepreneurs, because so often the kind of idea of being an entrepreneur is you look out at the market to start with, see where the gap is, and then fill it, even if it doesn't interest you, even if you've got no particular passion for it. Whereas, you know, what you've done and what I advocate is being what I call being an inspired entrepreneur, which is to take your passion and then create the market around it and figure out how to be entrepreneurial around what you love and what you care about.
I think it would be very hard going to try and run a business when you didn't have the underlying passion. I don't think you could sustain it. I think it would be too much like hard work.
Well, it would be just hard work working for yourself in a way, wouldn't it?
And if you've got the underlying passion, you know, you have that get up and go to go and make things work, to make things happen.
And I sense with you as well, though, that there's also a kind of an overriding purpose to what you're doing. In a way, the business is the byproduct of your purpose, which is, what would you're able to
educate people about how to look after guinea pigs, how to look after their skin. It's the bigger picture. It's not just producing that bottle of shampoo. Yeah.
And I think, I don't know what your take on this is, but my take is that more and more people are looking for people that are running businesses that do have that underlying sense of purpose.
Absolutely.
Of which the products and services are just a manifestation. So you have that underlying sense of purpose, and you just happen to have created some products around it that people want to buy. Would that be fair?
That's absolutely right. And the other thing that's been really interesting is that over the 6 years that I've been doing it, nobody else has come in and tried to copy what I'm doing. So it's obviously a very unusual combination with guinea pigs and aromatherapy.
Yeah, and even if they tried to copy the products, they wouldn't have your passion and your purpose, would they?
No.
So those in combination are what's made you successful by the sound of it.
And unique.
Brilliant. Okay, well, let's wind up this part of the conversation. We're going to have a couple of more conversations, but we're going to wrap this part up. So thank you very much, Chrissie, and we'll carry on in a moment. Thank you.